Hello, it's Nikki. Today I've got a bit of a sassy one for you. So I'm recording this earlier in the week, but today when you see this or you listen to it, this might be your final day of proper work before Christmas. And today, even though it might result in a bit of ugly crying, I want you to feel it all and to really look and feel what is going on and give yourself this permission to check in and to make a mental or a physical note of where next, where do you need to go next. And this might be you saying to yourself, I am never doing this again. Like, why am I in this spot again? Or I've spent all week, it's it's the sort of like the soap opera mum, when they're kind of cooking chips at the same time, like, I've done this all week, I'm not doing it again. I want you to get in touch with that voice, whatever it might be. You might have got to a point where you're like, oh gosh, this has been too much and it's time for me to let this thing go. Or equally, you might be thanking your past self who got organized or who made a move. And equally, I want you to have a moment for yourself where you sit back and you enjoy that process of thinking to yourself, yes, thank you, past self. I'm glad that I made this decision. I'm glad that, I'm probably speaking from my own experience on both of these. Sometimes it's like, oh, I'm really glad that I took that off my plate because I didn't want to do it. And now this year it feels easier. Wherever you can, try and do it without judgment. And I know it's really difficult when you're in that introspective place of like, what's working? Where am I up to? The temptation can be to bring a bit of cruelty or a bit of, you always mess this up, or, oh, here we are again. I want you just to recognize where you're up to and what's happening, and to be willing to make decisions going forward that are going to be in support of you. And this might be you saying after today, do you know what? I'm not going to do any more work. That's it. And I remember feeling like that last year, that I felt like I'd worked so hard in 2020. I barely switched on my computer over Christmas because I needed that time. This year I feel slightly different because a couple of months ago I took some time off, and I know that people will appreciate my support, especially as we're going into this new year and goal setting and life planning and all of that good stuff as well. But it's a really interesting one. It's a great opportunity for reflection, for checking in, but also going into that feeling place of, how does this feel? Does it feel good? And if it doesn't, why doesn't it feel good? And if it doesn't feel good, what can you do about it? All of this is presenting information. I've spoken about this so many times before, where there can be this spiral, this temptation where you say, oh gosh, I'm a terrible person because I haven't done X, Y, and Z, or I thought this year I would do this thing and it just hasn't happened. And if you can approach it with kindness, of saying to yourself, okay, the information that I'm feeling sad about this, or I'm feeling frustrated about this, tells me that it's important to me. So what am I going to do going forward? How am I going to progress? How am I going to find the time and space and energy and clarity to be able to move forward on this? So I hope that's been useful. And if this is your last day before Christmas, enjoy. I'm going to be here between Christmas and New Year and up until Christmas Eve, I believe. I know I'm a poet and I don't even know it, but keep listening to the signs is what I would say, and enjoy those gaps, because those gaps, those quiet moments, those things that time that you're spending doing something completely different will give you clues about next year and where you go next. If you want to do some goal setting with me, do come along to the magical world of practical goal setting. That would be a really good place to start. Or equally, if you want to start your new year right, come to the first monthly meeting of the year, or you can come to Jam and Plan, which is on the 10th of January. All right, I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to wish you lots of love, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.